Hi there everyone, this is Ulister and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. It's been a while since I've seen you last. So let me show you what I've been working on. Now the first thing you're going to be wondering is, why are you down this far underground? Well, I've been looking for diamonds and I've been quite successful. The reason I've been doing this mainly is, as you can tell, my iron gear is basically gone. It's just been destroyed, so I need an upgrade, and I figured, you know what, diamond is actually the next step up from iron, which makes a lot of sense, so let's go and do that. But also what I've built while I've been down here is I have managed to build myself an automatic retrieval system, I guess you could call it, for those times when you've been mining underground like this and you've just got a full inventory. And normally what would happen, of course, is you'd have to go all the way back up to the surface, empty all of your stuff into boxes, and then come all the way back down. But what I've done is I've built a system where you don't have to do that. You can just dump everything into this box. I should have put the diamond first really, but that's fine. I can just change that, not a bother. And then it sends everything up into the surface where I've got an item sorter, and it puts everything neatly into boxes. So we've just done that, so let's go up and check and see what it's actually doing. And here we are back topside with our item sorting room up here. And if I just come up to the top of this little ridge here, you can kind of see that everything is coming up this water elevator, being passed down this water line inside, where I've got the item sorter going, hopefully quite nicely. We've got some iron being smelted here, and next to that we have some gold. This third one is for copper, but we didn't have any going into the system there, so I can't show you that. Now these three all go into the same box right here, and then everything else gets separated out into their other components. We should have some diamond here, I think. Yes, we've got 24 in total now. We've got some lapis, of course, which is going in as we speak. We got redstone, coal, cobblestone, deep slate, andesite. I forgot what I was called for a second then. Diorite, granite or granite, depending on how you want to pronounce it, and then gravel. And then, of course, I forgot, when I was making this, I kind of feel bad that I forgot that tuff exists. I forgot that was a thing, so what I'm going to have to do at some point is I'm going to have to just extend this out one extra block so I can have the tuff box and then have an additional miscellaneous box on the end like this one is. You know, we got some flint in here, an apple that I accidentally took down into the underground I didn't mean to, bones and flesh from some zombies. And in case you're wondering why there's kelp here, it's because kelp is what I used when I was making the water elevator. Because if you don't know, for a water elevator to work, not only do you need soul sand at the very bottom to make the bubbles, you also need every single water block. I can't get too close because, as you just saw then, I've picked up to cobblestone, deep slate there. For the water elevator to work, not only do you need soul sand, but you also need every single water block in the system to be a source block, which you can do one of two ways. You can either get however many buckets of water you need and then go up level by level by level, or what you can do is you can just make kelp grow throughout the entire system, the entire tube, and that turns every single block into a water source block, which is what I've done, and that's how I managed to go all the way from like minus whatever it was, minus 54, up to positive 66, which is quite a lot of kelp. Well, you can see here, it's that much kelp I needed. So that took a while to do. But that's one thing I've been doing. In fact, the only thing I've been doing. Actually, no, I lie. I just remember something else that wasn't in the last video. Let me go up and show you my new house. Now, this is the view that you all recognize. This overly large canopy going out the front of the house here. But you'll notice that this side has changed a bit. This was like a miniature garden area with a bridge going over some water. This is now where I have all my cows. I'm not done with this bit yet. I got more work to do, but this is what I currently have. And this is now the side of the house. This isn't the front anymore. Instead, the front of the house is around this way. And you'll see this looks much better and much closer to the Hobbit hole idea that I had originally. I'm just looking around because it is raining and I don't want to get surprised by a creeper, because that would be actually kind of horrible in this kind of situation. But this is a lot closer to what I had in mind for a Hobbit hole kind of thing. So I've redone the front. And the inside is still largely unfurnished. We've got like a small area here for potion making, for alchemy purposes. I've got a storage area over here, which I've got some random things in here. I've got some copper up here. This is where I got all my plantables for trees, as well as some kelp. I could really bring the kelp in from the mining building and add that to this. Some flowers as well. Then we just got boxes with assorted items in, etc., etc. Up here is where I keep my food, as well as, you know, wheat seeds, which really I could put over into the other box, but that's not super important. And then the big thing about all of this is I now have a bunch of enchanting books, which I have acquired from two means. The first is from the library that I have built down in this corner here. As you can see, this place looks kind of nice. I do like this. There's still more to add to it because I'm still running off of torches. When I really want to put some lanterns in different places, try different things out for lighting styles, that kind of thing. And there is a fire, of course, next to where you would sit to read your books. You know, that just makes sense. You want to be cozy when you're reading a book, you know. And then, of course, the enchanting table surrounded by exactly 15 bookcases to get the maximum amount of... That's already enchanted. The maximum number of enchants available to you, which is great. That's also why you'll notice I've gone down from like 71 levels down to 35. Because I've been enchanting a lot. But you would have seen when I kind of flipped through here quickly that I've got mending books. And there's only one way you can get mending books. And that is from villager trades. And as we enter the village, you'll notice that I have this extremely high-tech system where I have 3 lecterns just standing outside. Not even in a building. So these poor people have to work outside. And not just the farmers. But we have one of these. I forget which one it is. I hope it's this one. There we go. Who offers mending, and he now offers knockback 1, which honestly isn't that fantastic, but, you know, it is what it is. And then we have this guy here who offers me power 4, which I've already bought one of, but I can buy another one eventually. And then combine both of them to get power 5 and attach them to this bow here, which currently has flame, and then suddenly things are locking up for me in the equipment department. And that's pretty much all I've done so far. I've made a mining system, I've redesigned the front of my house, and I've kind of started a trading system over in this village. That's what I've been doing. But what have I got to do next? Funnily enough, my next project is also for this village, and kind of to do with the villagers themselves in a way. Because you may have noticed, although there are many houses in this village, we've got like 3 over there, 3 down there, and then 3 more over here, and I think there's another one kind of beyond that house that you can't quite see. The terrain for this village is a little all over the place. It's a little all over the place, and it's kind of tricky for the villagers to move around in. Not to mention the fact that there's a few holes, miniature caves here, like over here, for instance. I'm pretty sure I've already lost a farmer to this hole. He's kind of come down here, fallen in, and probably ended up getting lost or getting killed, more likely. So I need to fix that. I need to fill that hole in. There's also this hole up here I need to fill in over this way for the same reason. Villagers could accidentally wander in here and then get killed by like a spawning skeleton or a zombie or anything. And then I also kind of just want to level things out. Not make it completely flat, of course. And the sun's going down, so I need to get inside pretty soon. Otherwise, I'll be the one to end these villagers' lives unintentionally by spawning zombies and skeletons here. But I want to raise this area up. I want to kind of take this top section down slightly up here. So take this down maybe a level or two, which does mean I need to take apart the water fountain and then rebuild it somewhere. And then raise this bottom part with the cows up. Like, even if it's just to, like, this level up to that one there. Which, of course, means a lot of things. Mainly that I have to move the cows, store them safely, and then, you know, take that house down and then build it back up again. Or I could just redesign the houses in general. I mean, if I'm going to be building things anyway, I may as well. Excuse me, sir, I need to borrow your bed. So that's the plan for this. I need to do a lot of work for this village area to make it safe, because I've got these villagers now that I'm going to be using for not only trading with as a whole for, you know, their enchanting books or whatever, but for also getting experience for mending, because it's actually a decent way of doing that. While I am heading back home, I am going to quickly swing by my mining center and pick up all of the diamond that I've amassed so far, and make myself that diamond armor that I was talking about earlier, because then I can enchant at least some of it based on my levels, and make myself a little bit more durable. A little bit harder to kill, so I can worry less about being surprised by mobs. Because that's just not a good way to go out, really. Now, this is the part where we check all of the armor to see if anything is particularly amazing. I can get protection 3 for the helmet and for the leg, so that's great. Can I get the same for the boots? Fire protection. Okay, so not great ones there. There's Unbreaking 1, but that's not fantastic. Unbreaking 2 and above, you thinking about it. Let me see. Let's get protection 3 on the headpiece, see if we get lucky and get more than one. Protection 3 unbreaking. Now this means that the leggings are going to change again. Projectile protection, not fantastic. I'd rather just get straight protection. Unbreaking 3 could be a good choice. And then I've got to think about the hoe as well now. Efficiency. You don't really need efficiency on a hoe. But it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious. So we're just going to get Unbreaking 3 on the chest piece. We're going to get lucky again. Unbreaking and protection. Okay, good so far, but that's all I can do. No, 24. I can go down to 24. Ooh, Unbreaking 3 on the leg piece. What about the boots? Projectile protection? No. So Unbreaking. Can we make it 3 out of 3? Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. But it's okay. Boots back in. Blast protection, not great. We might have to leave the boots for now. Or we could just put efficiency 3 on the hoe. And then put the boots back in. We're going to do that because that's funny. Efficiency 3, boots going back in. Protection 3, but I'm one level short now. I mean, that's not a massive problem. That's not a massive problem because, I mean, for one, you know, 3 out of 4 ain't bad for enchanting. And I think I've got Unbreaking on all 3, so that's great. But all I have to do is just head out here. Actually, I don't need to do that. I've got some wood already. I can just go and sell some sticks to the Fletcher in that village. And I'll be able to get that last level. And then I can get my boots enchanted as well. And then that'll be the perfect 4 out of 4. Okay, Mr. Fletcher. Can I interest you in some classic homemade sticks? Level 24. There we go. That's all I can sell to him for now. That's perfect. So now we can go back and put the last piece of armor into the enchanting table to get it enchanted. Okay, here we go. Protection 3. Diamond boots. Can I also get Unbreaking on this? No. But that's fine. That's fine. Everything is still enchanted. I got Unbreaking on 3 of the items. Do I have I know I've got an Unbreaking 3 book, but I'm kind of saving that for when I get Elytra. It's this here, but I want to put those two together on Elytra. I want to put those two together on the sword, and then I want to get another Power 4 book to make it Power 5, and then put both onto the bow. Do I have... Oh, I've got another protection book there. That could go on the leggings, but I don't have an Unbreaking, which is a shame, let's see if I can maybe get one on a book. That is unfortunately a no. Ah, well. I'll have to wait for another time. Can I just, like, very quickly... I can get protection 2 on these leggings, but then I'm just removing my own levels for no real reason then. It's fine, I'll just do it a different time. I think what I will do, considering that I'm going to be putting protection onto the leggings anyway, I'll just speed things up and save myself some levels by combining both of these books first, and then putting them on the leggings. Now, am I gonna... Is it a different... Yeah... If I put protection first, it's enchantment cost of 2. If you put mending first, it's an enchantment cost of 3. So if you're combining books, or any item at all really, on the anvil, just swap them around. Because you might be able to get a cheaper enchant in doing so. Cost of 6. You can't do it that way around. But you see what I'm saying. In fact, while I'm here, let me just kind of show you that in more detail with the 2 pickaxes I have. So if I put my efficiency 3 pickaxe first, and then I put my items aplenty pickaxe second, the enchantment cost is 27 to combine these 2 items. But if I put my main axe first, and then the other one, it drops down to 9. So always be aware of that, because you might not have the same cost depending on the order of the items in the anvil. Just beware of that. I'm not going to combine these 2. Because I could, because then I would get efficiency 4, which is great. But I'm waiting until I can get Silk Touch for this one, because then I don't need to make another pickaxe. I can just put mending on it as well, and then, you know, build it back up and repair its durability, and then go from there. That's the plan with this one. But I've been explaining that for long enough now. Let's go back to the village. So, why has it been 5 weeks since I've last put out a video? Honestly, it's been my own fault. What ended up happening is I tried getting too fancy with the way that I make my videos, the way that I edit them. You'd have noticed with the first video in this new season that it was extremely short. I kind of cut a lot of footage together to get to the dragon as quickly as possible. And then in the second video, I kind of did some of the same, but I ended up doing a mixture of live commentary and post commentary for the montage bits and the replay sections. But what I did for what was going to be the third video is I tried to have the entire thing be post commentary. So what I did was I recorded all of the footage that I thought I would need for the third episode, what would have been the third episode. Over the course of 2 weeks or so, 2.5 weeks, planning out the mining facility, planning out my house, how I was going to build that, where everything was going to go, and then as well making the water bubble elevator. And waiting for the kelp to grow in that took a long time. And the problem is when you do things that way around, as I discovered, when you come back later to doing things post-commentary, if the gap is too long between when you recorded it and when you sit down to do your commentary, there's the risk that you forget what you were going to say in the first place. And then there's also the problem of forgetting which video had which thing in it. Like I was going to show myself coming up through the bubble elevator after it was completed, after I got rid of all of the kelp. I was going to show myself coming up through the elevator there, but I couldn't remember which video that was in. There were a few other things like that I wanted to show, but again, I couldn't remember where I had put them. So that was a bit of a problem, and as time went on, it got to the point where I was spending more time trying to edit the video than I was playing Minecraft. Which is all well and good, but the problem is, I only have a limited amount of time to do this in the first place. So that just wasn't really all that fun, to be honest, spending all that time editing when I'd rather be just playing it. So instead, what I'm going to be doing from this point forward is what I'm doing now. Have most of the commentary be live commentary, but then only do a few pieces here and there, which is post. When I do, you know, montages like this, when I'm building projects up, that kind of thing, and there's a few things I need to say about what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. None of this entirely post commentary stuff, because I just don't have the time for that. And here we have 5 happy villagers enjoying their brand new fountain that I just kind of moved a little bit. Oh, and there's a child now as well. There's a child here now as well. Excellent. The village population grows as it should. You are going to work for me in the future at some point, little one. It feels weird saying that. But yes, the fountain has been moved, remade, and I've put some more stone in the base of it instead of most of it being dirt. The bell is now facing out to the sea, which I think is a fantastic choice, even if I do say so myself. Might be biased, but who cares? And you can see that the slope I've put into this is actually kind of effective here. It's not perfect, so I need to shape it a little bit more. But the basic idea is fine, and I'm liking it, in all honesty. I just need to rebuild the house that I tore down and maybe put it up here or something. I've got to build the building for the 2 librarians to actually work in. I might just go ahead and make a library, in all honesty. In fact, thinking about it, the smart thing to do, considering all that I'm doing here, the smart thing to do at this point would be to just redesign the entire village. Just do all the houses and just redesign it, move things around. I think that's the best idea, because I don't know if I showed you this already, but over on this end of the village, for some reason, because of the generation of things and how the randomness works with it all, there's a tree in the middle of the path here. And that's just not right. That needs to change. And I think that's going to do it for this video. Sorry it's taken so long to get another one out, but hopefully now that I'm reverting back to what I used to do before, more frequent videos will occur. But I hope you've enjoyed this, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.